you guys. How are you? Can you hear me? I am sorry. I didn't even have time to get my computer set up in the little room I film in because I just got here, plugged it in the living room, and sat down with you guys. Oh my goodness. Hey Lynn. Hey single mom. Hey Dave G. Pink Dahlia. How are you guys? Sherry. Hey JD. Mark. What are you guys up to? Hey, Woofy, Shalima. You hear you being very excited. I'm excited that I'm done and I can sit down with y'all. Oh, thank you, Stan. Yeah, I tried magnetic lashes today. It's hard to see on the computer. I'm not sure how I feel about them, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait to chat with you guys about all the stuff happening. I'm actually probably going to take y'all outside with me. Oh, thank you, Pink Dahlia. Hey, Marshall. So there's a lot of stuff that has been unfolding. When I initially scheduled this live, I thought that we could watch Chris McDonough. He had advertised he was releasing a new call. Now, some of the call is new. Some of it are things that we had heard before. Woofy, if you're in here, look, I busted my knuckle again, rushing around, trying to put stuff in the fridge. Some of the call was, thank you, Lynn. Some of the call was, which you've seen them like in picture. Oh, Pointer Lover. Yeah, there's some news a little bit. So we're going to watch, I think that, I think that Benny uploaded a short clip of when this came out because there was, I think, a woman who worked as a dispatcher or worked for the sheriff's department. She had talked to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, and she said that he mentioned asking YouTube why Candace waited 4 hours to call 911. 4 hours. So I have the timeline from Tia and LFT, and they've went into detail, and I might pull that up in a second, but first I want to watch the clip that just came out from I think Benny had it on his channel. And then I want to talk about some of this with Chris McDonough and just chat about what's happening basically in Summer's case for this live. I'm going to be doing I don't know if it'll be a live or a pre-recorded video, but how many of you guys have ever seen the movie Jennifer's Body? It's based off of a real case of a young girl who she was like 15 years old. She got into trouble and stuff a little bit, and her parents sent her off to rehab because she started drinking and doing drugs, and then she got into devil worshiping, and it was crazy. So I think that'll be fun for us, and we can, I recommend, if you guys are interested in the Vicky and Casey White situation, which is still unfolding, of course, I recommend Amber, her ATS News, but Tia and LFT are also covering it, and those women are brilliant, and they go into detail that you just could not, I don't know, Evil Exist has it as well. All right, 1 second. Let me see what I can pull up. Now, this makes me think, right? 4 hours would be around the time that she was still with Hunter or dropping Hunter off. Now, we know that Hunter had these claims of her going underwater. We have rumor and speculation if they had some kind of romantic relationship going on. It's not a huge guess to think that they could possibly have been there, not paying attention because they are doing their own thing, and you can use your imagination, and then Summer had gotten hurt. I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm just glad it feels like we're getting around, like we're coming around a turn, and things are going to start kind of unfolding, and we'll be getting more information. Ardell accents. No, I know of those, but those are not the ones that I use, but yes, it does. But those aren't magnetic unless they came out with magnetic ones like that. Accent lashes are the individual lashes. So instead of a strip that you put across the whole lash line, it will be just like little lashes. Pointer Lover, I messaged you. I haven't looked to see if you emailed back. Are you home and how are you doing? Thank you, Lynn. Okay, I'd rather not. Ew, romantic. Okay, so here we go. I do feel for Ronnie. I do too, Marshall. Now that we're hearing this, like, just old info coming back up. No, but not the 4 hours thing. But yes, with the phone call, agree. A lot of it. I don't know. Let me see. We're gonna share this and we're gonna watch this. Now, I have always thought that Ronnie Lawson was just so suspicious, not doing a good job. And after hearing this, I will say it has made me rethink that opinion. I think that it's kind of given us a different point of view because we want answers. They're not sharing a lot, which feels really frustrating. And at times, and then with all the rumors, and also because he's up for re-election. So we know, if you've been on my channel for a while, we've looked into him, and he has pretty much he's had the internet. They've scrubbed the internet for, think bad. There's nothing, you're not going to find really anything on him, period. Okay. Let's unmute it. And here we go.
They're hush hush. They won't even tell me. So.
Okay.
So.
Good to know. That's good to know.
The only thing the sheriff told me to ask YouTube was to find out.
Before I'm going to go back, but just remember, I believe that this woman who has been in contact with Ziggy, see, I don't watch Ziggy. I want to. I want to start because I just hadn't ever really been recommended it, so I hadn't been over there. But I feel like maybe in one or two videos, but apparently she's been in contact with this woman since November. This woman worked for the sheriff's office. Yeah, he is up for re-election, or was. I guess that's already. When is the primaries for? I don't know when they are. When the election day is, but yeah, I knew it's coming. It was coming up when I did my video on him. But okay.
To tell me, so.
Okay. Wow. Good to know. That's good to know.
The only thing the sheriff told me to ask YouTube was to find out where or what took her 4 hours to call the sheriff's department.
4 hours?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so, I have to pause just to keep it fair use. Still interesting, though, and you can see she seems pretty surprised,
He said
why would he not come out with that himself? Lynn, I'm with you. I wonder, I think it was probably just a comment in passing, like a little something. I don't know.
I want to tell YouTube anything, ask him why it took 4 hours for her to call the sheriff's department.
Oh, my God.
So I'm putting it out there on Ziggy's panel.
There you go. That changes the time. What do we have? We were stretching each of them to an active 2 hour block of time where they could not be accounted for.
Well, actually, Lynn, it would be, I believe she made the call around 6, which they say it here in a minute, around like 6:20. But they didn't show up until around 7. But if she made the call at 6:20, then for some reason, this leads me to believe, and this is only my guess based on watching this stuff unfold in other cases, that they must have some kind of data from the cell phones that is leading them to believe something happened at this specific time. Because if he knows 4 hours, then he knows there's something that's happened that leads him to believe either something happened to Summer, an accident, or whatever at 2:00.
Who said that, Miss Michelle?
The sheriff.
That's what I want to know.
That.
Lawson?
There you go.
Yes, because I talked to him about it.
It's fine. Wow.
He won't tell me anything, but he just looked at me and said, well, I know you're watching all this YouTube stuff, so ask him where that 4 hours went before she called the sheriff's office.
So we got 6 hours.
Eberg, what are you talking about? I'm not putting up with no sass today. I'm telling you. I'm really not. I'm not spreading any fucking thing. This just happened. And if you've heard about this before, well, Lord have mercy. How come I didn't know what none of us knew? Don't come in here being rude to me in my chat, or you can get the hell out of here. I don't know if she's credible, and that's the thing, but I'll tell you what. Regardless, it's stirred up a lot on YouTube, and they're paying attention. And other times when things have been stirred up on YouTube, they have come out and had to address it. So if it's not true at all, I would say we'll be hearing from him. I think that we have to just take it. It's hearsay. We don't know. Unless he said it to us, like Ziggy's getting ready to kind of point that out. We don't know for sure, but I do think it may push him to address it. And that's what I'm hoping for. I've been thinking about this. I think since H was traumatized, he witnessed something. Sherry, me too. I really do. And I've said that for a long time. And yeah, I really do. Hey, Diane. Tracy, I don't know. Maybe he has. But also he said, do you guys remember last time he did a statement? He said they weren't cooperating. Thank you, Pointer Lover. Yeah, I get annoyed. People are like, just that, almost like it's a bad thing to be nice. No, I'm nice to people I want to be nice to, but don't ever get that twisted. Ever. Don't worry, Pink Dahlia. It's okay. It is hearsay. So far, Ronnie Lawson has not come out himself. Thank you, Lynn. Got 2 timeouts. I think just let him go. I don't even need him in here. I really don't. I'm not putting up with that shit today. I'm not in the mood. I'm not here to do anything but help and do the right thing. So you come in my chat questioning, like spreading old information. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Number 1, number 2, go somewhere else with that. Bye. Pink Dahlia, it's handled. Y'all are protective. It's all right, though. Remember when H said he was not allowed to discuss what happened in the hours after he was dropped off? Yes, and when his mom went on his dad's channel, which I think it's been taken down, I need to double check that though. When she went on there, she would not answer anything about the ride home and stuff. She said that she wasn't allowed to talk about that because of the investigation, because people had questions over the voice. But then what does this mean about the video? And I don't know. It's just, I think that I'm hoping that he will have to come out and thank you, Woofy, that he will have to come back and address this. That leads us back to the horse pond. I know. And that's why I really want to go there. I want to go look at it for myself, feel it for myself. And I wasn't laughing because you said the horse pond. I saw Dave at the same time with Say the Woofy. But yeah, I think that, I don't know. Also in an interview, she said she was not allowed to discuss after H was dropped off. He was slating YouTubers not long since, and now he needs their help. Yeah, that's true. It's been said Don was home at 3:30. Well, Ramona, I've heard that he was home too. I've heard some say he was home the whole day. But still, that puts us at like 2. I'm going to try to pull up a comprehensive timeline, which I have here. Yeah, I got bloody knuckles. Don't mess with me. I love you guys. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Tassels. Okay, let's keep listening, though. This is a really interesting guest, and I believe this was on Ziggy's channel. Can you guys link that? I think this interview would be something all of us should go watch. I think it'd be really interesting to watch the entire thing.
You were to put Candace's 4 hours in now if her 4 hours ended and his 2 hours being gone picked up, you got 6 hours
What is 4
of
hours
activity that could be done.
Okay, now what I would he's confusing me there. I'm just going to completely disregard that. Now, this makes me think, do you guys remember? Dawn was on a phone call that was recorded with Molly Golightly by JLR. And on that call, he claims that the police had a lot of issues with her timeline and that she had forgotten that she had done laundry and made lunch that day. So I don't know, it's really interesting the way things are coming back to this part of the afternoon. And I mean, did Summer even make it home? We saw that FBI speech analyst says that the way that she talks about Summer getting out of the truck made him think she never got out of it. It's just really interesting. I would love for her to be grilled on the details of this, but we know that they've said she's not cooperating. So
Did you know what 4 hours before is? That's when she dropped off Hunter.
It's around noon.
thank you, Lynn.
No,
Noon or 1.
She called it like 6:15.
I don't really know what he meant by that, guys, but he told me to ask you all that.
And she dropped off Hunter at 2.
Hey, Charlotte.
That's what True said, was at 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2.
And the cops were called at
The calls came in at 6:23 and 6:21.
Remember there was that Facebook post that she posted that was posted like just minutes before.
Yes. Do you guys remember that? It had like one of her brothers and Summer, and one of them was wearing like a motocross outfit. And she deleted it. And how odd to think, why? I would love to know what that was all about. He said to Dawn, allegedly, go back and get your story straight. But do we believe Dawn? Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Maybe we're overanalyzing this. I believe the most obvious and simple thing can be the answer. Sherry, that's like Occam's razor. That means that it's usually the most simplest answer is the right answer. Melissa Jade taught me that one. Could it be Jody Sue? Possible. Hey, Lips. What's up, girl? What do you think about this? Do you think, one, that it's true? Do you think that Ronnie Lawson will have to come out and publicly address it? And do you think that something happened to Summer that day? You know, we haven't done our interview, and I would love to know like how she seemed when talking about that part of the day, the swimming and stuff. That would be, yeah.
She called the cops and it was like at 6:15 or something. Yeah, she called the cops like around 6:30ish. So that means that would mean that she would have had to drop Summer off somewhere after Hunter. She dropped off Hunter, or like, whoa, this is like that's like a really important.
It is important. Thank you to the jerk who came in here in the beginning. And it's not old information. Thanks again. But also, it's a huge deal. This means, which we already knew. I mean, think about it. When they came out and said she was planting flowers, and then you see those little like those couple little succulents, like the whole story from coming home, her walking her all the way up to the door. And then we have, how did it happen? Was Mom gone when it happened? Was Summer in the house and had just went downstairs? Was Summer last seen leaving the home? That's a big fucking mess. It's all because it's not true. That's what I think. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
I saw him the other day when we had a.
Well, I don't know how she would be able to confirm like that it's like 100% legit. I mean, I don't know how she would be able to prove that. You know what I mean? I guess we'll just have to take her word because she's, you know what I mean? Like, he's probably not going to come on here and say that. He's probably not.
He's not going to get on YouTube, but I tell you, everybody puts him down all the time. But I've worked with him, and he really, really, really wants to find out what happened to Summer, and it's about to get him down.
Okay, now, Lips, did you hear? So this woman worked with the sheriff's department, and she has been talking to Ziggy since around November. And she came on and said that Ronnie Lawson said to her, one thing you could ask is, why did Candace wait 4 hours to call 911? So what I asked you was, how did she act did you ever talk to her about the swimming hole that day? And because my question, I wonder how her behavior would, how she'd be acting during that, talking about that. Oh my goodness, my legs.
And I know nobody's gonna believe that. Everybody thinks he's.
Oh
No,
no, this is not a
I
troll,
believe it.
guys.
So
I've talked to Michelle for
No.
months. She's not a troll.
No,
This
I'm
is-
not a
y'all
troll.
need to pray for
that's
Ronnie
for sure.
Lawson.
I had to text her a link.
Pray for Ronnie Lawson.
Yes,
I've talked
Lips.
to her for how long? I've talked to you like before. I mean, probably.
Yeah, I
from-
wanted to meet you when you was down here, but I never did get a chance to get up that way.
So,
I've talked to you since November.
okay, so couple things. One, the pathetic cactus. Yeah. Do I think the voice could be Jody Sue? Adrian, I don't know. I don't think so, but it could be, because I don't get those vibes watching her. I don't believe that she's involved, but I could be wrong, and she has a very distinct voice. Yeah, like Tracy said. Oh, and each and every time she deflected or act like she didn't care. But if law enforcement is talking to Ziggy, isn't that illegal? So they're not talking to Ziggy. They were talking to this guest on Ziggy's show. She used to work at the sheriff's department, or still does, or was, yeah. I don't know I believe she used to. My dog got out. What the F? What did y'all do? Gage, what do you mean? What's wrong with your legs? I'm sitting on the floor and they're getting sore. I didn't hear her voice in it, but anything is possible. Yeah, I'm still sitting on the floor in my living room. I'm thinking about taking you guys outside with me. See? Did you ever find a program that could take the background noise out and just hear that voice? No. Yeah, I question the person, I think, for now. Okay, well, this is my hope, because in the past, when something would happen that would kind of cause a big rumor, like a big, social media to erupt with rumors and stuff like that, the police department has came out and had to make statements regarding that. So if she's being dishonest, I'm curious if he will come out and say that. Oh, Pink Dahlia, thank you. We've all got your back, even though I'm pretty sure you can take care of business yourself. I love you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Gotta go. I want my dog back. I don't know what y'all did to it. Gage, honey, I think you've had a little bit too much LSD or shrooms or something. We don't have your dog. We ain't seen your dog. That's really funny, though. When I was little, my friend used to do this prank call where she would call like this and she'd go, Mama, is my puppy there? Mama, have you seen him? And there was this one lady who would answer back and be like, yeah, honey. Oh, thank you, Wuffy. Because that Jessica lady that came out recently is a fraud as well. They all seem to have a reason. It's weird. And, I don't know. I haven't been able to watch everything that shows that if she was lying and all that shit, Jessica, and all that stuff. I mean, excuse my language, you guys. But when people do that kind of stuff, what is the motive? Do they just want a little bit of attention? I don't know. That's really bizarre to me. Hey, KNS. Hey, Tammy. Shakes her fist. Hello. Happy to see you. Is Gage local to you? No, I don't think so. I don't know who Gage is. Oh, Pink Dahlia. Melissa Jade, hello. I just mentioned you because I mentioned Occam's razor, and I said, you taught me that. Don't drink anymore today. Her dog must have stepped on a bee. Jessica repeated a lady that I talked to. The lady talked to Jessica last night, but I haven't got to her yet. Oh, okay. So the woman who went on Just Kay's channel, right? That has like the raspy voice. Is that who it is? Because her story was so similar to that. Marshall, I don't know. What do you guys think? All dogs go to heaven. So good to see you. I just showed that movie to Bentley. All right, let me ask you guys. If you think that oh, I know, Pointer Lover, about the drinking. Okay, if you think that this woman is being honest, press 1, and if you think no, press 2. And no, her name is Lisa, and no, her voice is beautiful and high. Oh, okay. I just know that there was a woman who did an interview, and she had more of a like raspy voice, and her story was really similar. It is bizarre for sure, but the 4-hour gap aligns with what the publicity officer said at the start of the case. Yes. So we can go back to that. So some believe, most believe so far. I don't believe half of what sleuthers are saying anymore. Yeah, without proof. 3, I can't decide. I'll have to rewind to put in a number. She has enough videos to incriminate herself, and other people do too. A lot of ones. So I think chasing, let me see something. Turn this off for a second. Unblock Gage. I didn't block him. Who blocked him? Dang it, I didn't get a notification you were live. Hey, Nay. Oh, happy to see you. I was just thinking about you earlier. I was getting tarts at Walmart, and I was like, man, if only you lived close so I could just get some right now in person. Let me look at something. If I can show you guys, but 11 months more confusion. Yep, it's true. Okay. Gosh, I swear I thought she put it on here. There was like because the woman the blonde-headed TBI lady had done oh, there it is. Okay. So here. The person allegedly was told that info. Of course, we've got no idea if it's true, but point of my post was that Leslie from TBI did say early afternoon. They continue to say the circumstances are unclear. Doesn't mean any of it is accurate. There's tons of possibilities. Yeah, lady lying, Lawson leaking to apply pressure. And I hadn't even thought of that. It could absolutely be that, like a purposeful thing to make them uncomfortable and make them think. Because if he knows 4 hours, he has to know something happened. Okay, Lips, message me and we'll get working on it. Oh, Nay, I know. I've been busy too, girl. Gage, I found your dog. Gage can chat. Okay. Yeah, message me later and we'll start working on it. I'm ready too. I'm home for a week, or in West Virginia for a week, so I've got a little more time. Okay, a lady named Michelle, who allegedly worked for Hawkins County Sheriff's Department for 27 years, came on Ziggy's panel. She said she spoke to Lawson last week, and one thing she could ask social media was, why did it take the parents 4 hours to call 911? That reminded me of exactly what Leslie from TBI said. Parents called at 6:30. Summer was seen early afternoon. Parents searched for a bit and then called. So we're going to go to the June 4th, 12 minutes on TBI. Now, we have heard, now this is only rumor, it's not been verified, that Candace left the hill a couple times. I'm going to let it play, I think. And let's just watch it. It's been so long. This might be something. Yeah, let's watch it. Hey, Margot. Okay, Lips. It's muted. It's muted. You guys can't hear it? No, you don't keep up with time when you're out to have a good time. You don't hear her? Is it only you, Lynn? Because it's not muted. No sound. What in the heck? 1 second. That is weird, but we're going to try again. Share audio. Sorry, you guys. Now, do you hear that?
There's still two aspects of this case, the active search and the investigation. You'll hear more about the search in just a minute. TBI agents and Hawkins County detectives working alongside the FBI continue to work around the clock to determine what happened to Summer Wells.
Can you hear me now?
In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything we're doing and have done to find Summer. Here's what we can tell you.
Yes,
Numerous
awesome.
residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence.
Surveillance videos and photos. I'm wondering where that's at, where they've gotten that. Maybe at the stores from that day. And we know that they didn't actually retrieve all the data for quite some time, because they let us know there was they did some kind of like news update when that happened. Here, let's go outside, y'all. So 1 second. It's so pretty today. Don't want to be stuck in the house.
We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. When you asked us in a previous briefing the standard amount of time it takes for a case like this to be resolved. While every case is different, this one is definitely outside of the norm. Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. I understand the lack of answers frustrates you in the public, but trust me, no one is more frustrated than we are. If we develop information that will lead to locating Summer, we will share that with you first and foremost. In the meantime, we ask anyone with information who hasn't come forward to...
This was only 9 days after she went missing. But here we are, almost a year later, barely any information. I mean, they have to have a lot more. I'm hoping and praying that, because when they did the recent interview, the lead detective, he sure seemed like they didn't have a whole lot more than what they had to begin with. However, that could be strategic. They don't have to be completely honest. And this could be strategic too. What just came out, the 4 hours.
Please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'll turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
Hey, Cece. Yep, exactly, Margot. Oh, here we go.
With Leslie, I know there's a lot of social media going on out there.
Oh, Cheryl.
But they're absolutely useless unless these people that's 100% positive calls 1-800-TBI-FIND. That means nothing. We're monitoring all social media and everything that.
See, he's monitoring all social media, and they do. And that's why I'm hopeful he will make a statement. But let me keep letting it play and stop interrupting. I'm sorry. Because I really, with press conferences and things like that, typically more than likely probably won't have any issues with like getting struck. So we don't have to pause as often.
You all put out from people that you all interviewed. And I assure you, you'd have to work very hard to find somebody that we hadn't talked to. They may not tell you. One point I want to make.
Some people are scared of police
days ago,
and won't talk.
The public not to help us in our search in the woods and stuff. That is because
hey, Cindy,
we know where every researcher is, where every team is, and the captain and his staff, they're tracking everyone. So if we get the general public in the woods, we don't know about it, then they're going to get missed when they go home or don't go home. So it's going to be somebody else that we have to generate time and information and resources to find.
They didn't want to be
What I did
responsible
ask
for
and I
it.
still need is all the people in Upper Beach Creek, Hawkins, and Sullivan County to search their property again and again. You got to look for a small child. You have to look for evidence of a small child's being. And if you got field cameras, if you got security cameras, we need you to check those again. Just keep checking them and checking them. We're trying to find every vehicle is in this holler they're living.
Oh my
We
God,
started
Pink.
this. And we also did a roadblock, which helped at the same time that she was reported missing to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see. Obviously,
Now I've questioned before, so that I'm glad that we are listening to this. I wondered, was it one roadblock or were there multiple roadblocks? But he said we did a roadblock.
there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if the general public that lives in this area
Lynn's the best.
go back and search their outbuildings, their barns, their hay fields. That's mowing season, so when they mow, they need to pay attention. And if you have a
Oh
resident
God.
that cannot search their property themselves, if they'll call my office at 423-272-4848, I will send an officer to your residence to search your property for you. It's a cooperation we must need. I know some of the residents probably get frustrated with seeing the officers, but as the captain will tell you, we've had very intense operations all week long for 9 days now, and we're not done yet. Like I told you from day one, it's about finding Summer. That's the number one goal here. Yep.
God almighty, y'all. I just can't believe she's still
Thanks, Sheriff.
missing.
As of June 24th, 2021, search and rescue efforts for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells continues. We have now utilized 106 agencies spanning from Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina assisting in these search efforts. Numerous specialized search and rescue groups with numerous canine teams have been represented from each of these agencies. Today, we have covered over 4.6 square miles, with that being over 3,000 acres being searched since Tuesday night when she was reported missing. The rugged mountainous terrain
Foxy.
continues to cause problems. This has slowed search operations down in these areas, but please be rest assured, while incurring these conditions, we are still searching
Desired,
with
I
an aggressive
know.
approach with extreme attention to detail. These terrains and conditions have exhausted crews both physically and mentally. We are still utilizing local and regional resources, but have had to call upon and utilize resources from Middle and West Tennessee, along with out-of-state resources to bring a fresh set of eyes and rested bodies into the search operations. Search efforts will continue on a more specialized team basis throughout the rest of the week. Just because you may not see us in such a
The reason that they can't just bring Candace in and because she's not under arrest and she's not cooperating. He clearly said that on television. Now she went to the news with her little written letter because God forbid you show your face and beg for your help finding your child. But she wrote a letter that claimed that she was cooperating. But we do have the sheriff on video clearly saying the parents are no longer cooperating.
large presence. Once again, rest assured, we are still out here searching for Summer Wells. We will continue to work with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, TBI, and FBI until we find Summer Wells. As mentioned before, as Sheriff here mentioned, please continue to search your personal property. Sullivan County, Hawkins County, mainly the Beach Creek community, and even if you branch a little bit further, please search.
I
And
know,
I've been telling
Tammy,
these
me
searchers here the
too.
last several days. When you're looking for this property, you're not looking for an adult laying there. You're not looking for an adult hiding in the building. We're looking for a 5-year-old girl that weighed approximately 40 pounds. Somebody that size could wad up, could hide in an area that a legal size piece of paper or a folded up laptop could go. This is also the reason
That's
why
a good point.
we're exhausting all efforts.
That's a really good point. But honestly, you guys, and any of you who have been around or have kids that age, how many of you see her running off by herself like that and into like a stranger's yard, into their building, into their, I don't know. A lot of times with kids that age, they're not really going to, I mean, maybe with a buddy or something. I just, I don't know. They get nervous. It's not like they're like 2 or 3 and just don't know anything. They still have this concept of like, I don't know. Like I know Bentley would never. He would absolutely never. No. He might go out of my sight in our yard because we don't have neighbors, but he's never going to walk away and just go. He would be scared. He would ask if he wanted to go somewhere. He would ask me to come, or maybe another kid who was there.
This train, as you can see behind us, guys, is only a small, very small percentage of what these guys day in and day out
Margo.
are going through. I've had multiple my guys come up to me and tell me, Captain, I'll go to the end, but I'm tired. I'm physically and I'm mentally tired. We are all one team, and we will not quit until we find Summer Wales. Thank you.
Wow.
We'll take a few questions.
Yeah, Lips, exactly.
Absolutely. Captain, can you answer that question?
Yeah, so over these 4.6 square miles, and I'll kind of elaborate on some of these specialized teams. There's some of these areas, guys, we have covered 4, 5, and 6 times. And we have community members, media outlets reaching out going, well, we have neighbors saying you're covering the same ground. We are. New ground, same ground, different eyes, fresh bodies. Guys, one flat-looking field, there's 100 places something to be hid, evidence, and or she could be hid.
True. Okay, so Tammy, yeah, you're right. They don't have a fear of everything. And let's say somebody who looked maybe nice or had treats or a puppy or something, they could lure her away. But if if that's the case, then I'm just strictly talking about if she would have wandered off alone and just like gotten lost out in the woods. See, there's another case that I had gotten into a while back of this little girl who went missing from like a group home. And it was in the middle of the woods, and she was obsessed with the movie Frozen. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's kind of eerie, but she ran out into the cold and they never found her, but she was 9. And I think that she would have had reason to just run, like upset and just run, and then gets too far and can't get back or something. But with Summer's age, I don't know. I just questioned that. I know, Pink Dahlia. I wonder if they still feel that way now, 11 months later. Are they still this enthusiastic and motivated? I know. I would love to see them do a press conference. Come on, TBI. It is time. We've got people going on YouTube. We've got so many stories coming out. We've got Mom on YouTube, sometimes acting a complete fool, drunker than a skunk. Then we got another person who is relaying the messages from the sheriff. So it's time for a press conference. Answer some of these questions. Let's talk about the facts. Let's talk about like separating what actual factual evidence you have versus, rumor and speculation, please, because we desperately need it. Not that they'd be watching me, but they might.
Multiple ground, multiple
Hey,
times.
Sandy
And we'll
Beach.
continue to do so.
Captain Coop, I know some of the board has been talked about. I know your agency, Patricia Rescue Squad, is currently in charge of that. Can you give us some details on what the board looks like?
Yes, so
Yes, Kathy.
there has been some people that have reached out to our agency, reached out to TBI and Sheriff's Department about providing reward money for information leading up to the finding and or recovery of Summer Wales. At this time, I can confirm that is correct and that our agency is working to get this account set up. Once this information is available, our agency will provide a media release with this information on how the general public, can also give money
single mom.
for this.
Yes.
But at the same point
Please.
in time, guys, we're running on limited resources, and we're trying everything we can do that without
Single mom, if you can, please let me know what he says. That would be wonderful.
Interfering with the search for summer whales.
Leslie, at this point, the investigation,
Hey, Jenny.
do you believe summer wells is still alive?
We hope so, but honestly, we just don't know. I mean,
Oh.
we're holding out hope, doing everything we can.
I know, Wolfie.
Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation. So honestly, we just don't know.
Mm.
I don't have the exact number with me, but it's well over 300 at this point.
I know we've all spoken with the family and then talked about sort of what led up to that missing incident here. Can you just sort of elaborate on what you guys know for sure happened before she went missing that Tuesday night?
We can't
Hey,
release
Open
any more than what
Minds.
we've already provided. We know that she was supposedly with family members outside of her home, was seen going into the home. When her mother went to check on her, she was not in the house.
Okay. So I'm glad I wanted to hear, that version of events, because we also know there's a couple other versions of events that have went around through that came straight from the news and supposedly from law enforcement to the news. That Summer was last seen leaving the home, that the boys saw her go out the basement door. Dawn has said that her downfall was she loved being outside. Now, what does he mean by that? Is it possible if there was an accident at the swimming hole because Candace wasn't paying attention that Dawn would say something like that? That was her downfall. She loved being outside. Uh-oh, we're muted.
I ain't any search warrants, and I really don't know if that. My office has not obtained any search warrants, and I really don't know if that other agencies has. I've been coordinating with the captain here, and
Me too, Sonia. Hey, checking
they're all working
convictions.
together, and we haven't briefed each other this afternoon.
Bye, Punksy. Hope you feel better.
I think you can address this.
Well, it's no secret that the TBI has a polygraph unit. We don't discuss specifics, but I can tell you that we use that as an investigative tool. In a situation like this, we're going to use every resource and tool available to us.
The billboard scene verbal feed. Are you guys aware of that? Has the search taken you guys even out of state?
We follow up on all leads that come in, even if they're out of state. We have received some tips from other states, but they didn't prove to be credible leads. We are aware of the billboards. That's not something the TBI coordinates, but we appreciate the effort.
Leslie, did ever dogs get used as part of the canine team being brought in?
Absolutely, yes.
No one enforcement outside of the house today. Any reason for that?
There's no reason. We have had agents and officers to just touch base with the family on a daily basis. So they were there earlier. The family continues to cooperate at this time. If we have questions, they answer our questions. If we need them to come to the command post to clarify some information, they respond. So they've been very cooperative.
Speaking of the command post, we have noticed some larger FBI presence as well, including
Prices keep going up. Let's make life more.
Before I keep going, because we're right at the part where she's going to mention the time of day or the timeline. Is Summer was terrified of her own basement and wouldn't go down there alone, like Candace and Dawn said. Why would she go into the woods alone? Yeah, I don't think she would either. How outdoorsy. Yeah, and kids, she might have loved playing outside with her family, not like running off into the woods by herself. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, you guys, if you don't know, Loose Lips has a channel. If you haven't heard, she actually was friends with Candace. Well, not friends, but they talked at a certain point in time, and she's put out a lot of information that nobody else has put out, and she's going to be putting out more. So definitely go over there and subscribe because you'll want to see whatever she comes out with. Has anyone asked why Candace hasn't been arrested for abuse and neglect? I have seen a lot of people question that in comments and stuff. Single mom, if you talk to him, you should mention that. If you talk to that officer. Well, the fact that law enforcement says she was last seen this afternoon, and I've always said the timeline was made up 2 minutes, my butt, more like 2 to 4 hours. Yep, you're right. And it was made up. That's why they can't get it straight, and that's why there's so many questions around it. That's why we can't get a clear answer on who was the last person to lay eyes on her, and when and where did that happen. Yeah, it did look like a dungeon. It'll all be coming out again soon, so if you sub now, you won't miss anything. Yes, I cannot wait. Okay, let me keep. This is the part where they mention the timeline.
More affordable at thetruecostofwashington.com.
Ah,
They're just another resource available. Now, I would refer you to the FBI for specifics on what that team does, but they specialize
Light
in
my
these types of
candle.
cases. And again, we're using all resources available. They've been here since last weekend, and we were in communication with them before last weekend. So it's just another resource, and we're grateful for any help we can get.
Especially now on day 10, you guys feel like you have more information, better informed than you did on day 1, Tuesday night?
We still don't know where Summer is. We don't know what happened to her, and it's extremely frustrating. I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is. The sheriff has worked around the clock. His team's worked around the clock. The search crews, TBI agents, FBI agents, we're doing everything we can to find her, but to not have any more answers than we do at this stage, it's just heartbreaking.
Here we go.
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing. I don't have that information.
Question for Captain or Sheriff, what's the biggest obstacle standing in the way?
So there we have it. Wow. Horrifying, and they behave as though that's normal for a kid's room. And when CM was there, it was cleaned up. I have a problem with that because of what he did for a living. They could have very, very easily made her a room with scraps, or he could have done something different. That's just crazy. Okay, so now we know about this timeline thing. I have, like I said, a super, super comprehensive timeline. Let me look for a second while we're sitting here. But another thing I wanted to talk about before we go is the new call put out by Chris McDonough. So I tried to record it, but I didn't have enough room on my phone. It recorded for like 30 minutes, and I thought we could go over there if we need to listen to some of it. I think that could be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, but I want to know what you guys think. So I've seen people with some pretty interesting points of view on that call. Like Harsh Reality did a video that said, he thought it wasn't right to advertise it as a new call because we've heard some of it before, but we hadn't heard it all. So I could see why he'd do that. And that would this information be helpful to finding Summer? Hold on. So
imagine yourself 40, 50, 60 pounds lighter, and what it could mean to your health and happiness.
That you step out of your comfort zone while you still have a chance. Because again, I want you to hear what you are supporting by staying with him. You have got to step back. And
was he talking to Candace there? I didn't. Yeah. Are you going to drop the link or for who? I haven't listened to the call yet. Been busy. Well, we can listen to some of it. I don't have nothing to do anyways. I'm kind of, I do need to clean up the house a little bit, but I can do that in a little while. I have a problem with not understanding why would the inserted people so deep in this? Why would they be there? Always said deflection is their intent. which people. He looked shocked and scared when he crawled into that dungeon. Yeah, I have awesome mods. I do. We'll just listen to a little bit of it, and what you can, we can, and what we
See
can't, we
the
won't.
big picture.
Let's see.
I completely understand your
Hey,
circumstance,
ah,
but now is the time
Electro.
for Summer, for you, and for your future. While he's still in custody, it is time that you step forward for your baby,
Right.
this little girl who's brought so much light and love to the world. We have the world here tonight. In fact, let's weigh
Yeah, he
in,
did.
do a roll call. Where are you at? Everybody put into the chat where
Hey,
you're
seriously?
tuning in from so that CW can see where you are, where you're watching.
Oh, okay. So he was making a public plea to Candace. If you guys have not seen, I also did a public plea to her. It's like 2 or 3 minutes, a little short video. But we will skip through this because I want to get to the call. I think that this is a long video and they pause a lot while they're talking about this call, kind of analyzing. So who it is Mary, Dawn's sister, and Dawn. Yeah.
5, the same age as Summer. And this is what motivated Mary and Jeannie to call Tennessee Bureau of Investigations and saying
that there's 5 people coming forward to testify.
and then I'm going to bring Josh in, and then we're going to bring Mary up.
Here we go.
So put your seatbelts on.
Buckle up.
TIR family. Thank you for being here. Here we go.
Oh, Cece, thank you.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Donnie, what you doing?
Oh, I got people calling me like crazy talking about
Thank you, guys.
Jeannie's thing and McDonough's thing. Have you watched it?
Was that the one that he done with Jeannie just a couple days ago?
Oh, did you do one with him a couple days ago?
No, was that the one he done with Jeannie a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that there's 5 people coming forward to testify.
Now, I remember when Chris put that out. Do you guys remember? So Summer went missing. Dawn and Candace did their little prank. And then we have these allegations from when Dawn was younger. And when they started coming out, Chris would come on with Dawn's stepsisters and talk about everything and how it happened and all of that. And at the time, they did claim there was 5 people coming forward and maybe 7 altogether, or maybe he said that more recently.
Well, I guess I done the same thing to them.
Really?
Huh? Yes.
People?
They said there's 5 women come forward.
Awesome open minds.
That I done the same thing to them. 5 women.
Oh, that must have been a different one. I haven't seen that one. I seen the one with Jeannie, but
Now, Chris praised Mary for her acting in this call, and and I think that if that was the goal, she did a good job too. I have no issues with the call or whatever. I think that I do see what you're saying, Electro, and I actually have a video on that as well. It's called something about bigger creators and their egos. I don't know. You'll have to scroll back. It's like 7 minutes long. It's got a thumbnail that says ego. And I actually mentioned some of the things that had kind of happened there that have to do with the Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito case. I won't get into it here, but I'm with you. Thank you, Checking Convictions. And Lynn has fast internet. She does.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's saying there's 5 women come forward. And the only ones I could think of was Trish or Matt.
Okay, so let's stop right there. 30 seconds into this. Okay.
Hey, Gypsy Lola.
Did you just hear what he said? 5 women that came forward, and then he qualifies it by saying, the only ones I can think of.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And you're right, Lips. Mine lagged as well when that happened. But I'm not huge into the numerology. I don't really know a lot about it or what it means, but I have friends that are, and they, they're into the Watts case, Gabby case, and even talked about this one and some of the weird things like that. Yeah, single mama 4. Tomorrow's Monday, so that's perfect. Okay.
Well, there must be a lot of thinking going on somewhere. And perhaps our memories aren't as sharp as they used to be. Red flag.
And
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no clue. I haven't talked to Jeannie for like 2 days.
So I'm going to play that back. Listen again.
Yeah.
See what I mean? He stops it a lot. So yeah, Lips, it was a huge, some people thought it took away from Summer's story. Some people thought it added to it. And, I believe that's why they came forward, because I don't believe that they had ever actually met Summer. I think they knew of her existence, the stepsisters, but when they found out what had happened, that's what pushed them to come forward, which is great. I'm glad that they did, because I'm sure that felt like a weight off of their backs.
Yeah, now he's saying there's 5 women come forward. And the only ones I could think of was Trish, Amanda, and I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no clue. I haven't talked to Jeannie for like 2 days because since before she done that interview, they got in my house and she'd been moving into it.
Yeah.
So I haven't talked to her for since Sunday morning. But I'll have to ask her what's going on. Maybe she might know what's going on, unless Chris is just reaching for something.
This is what I love about Mary.
See what I mean? He's happy. He praises her acting skills because she's kind of putting Chris down to make Dawn feel more comfortable.
At bringing him in, for lack of a better term, that she's the one in this call you're going to hear that pulls it out of him. And guys, I got subscribers. I hit subscribers, but
okay,
blow her channel up, her cooking channel. That woman deserves a lot more than I deserve. Go blow up, and we can put her channel in mods for later on for folks to go over there and absolutely light her cooking channel up for YouTube. Please subscribe over there. It'll be great. It would absolutely be amazing if you can do that. But listen to how she has handled him. And by the way,
thank you, Lynn.
She herself is an SA victim where Dawn and 2 of his friends, 261, said, I have had enough in turn. And that's what you're hearing here. What she's doing is she's deflecting.
Make up stuff. Just, I'm not talking bad about women, but they'll do that.
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, he could be paying somebody to do it. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think he's not talking about Trish and Amanda, would he be? Because you said Amanda never said anything like that.
No.
Well, you would know. Have you ever done that to Trish or Amanda? I mean, come on.
Well, you wouldn't be not Amanda. And Trish, I don't think so either, because when Trish was on that interview with Jeannie, I think she said that you didn't do anything to her, did she?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing.
No, I don't think
I can't even watch it.
Yeah, I don't think she said anything.
He said it's so disturbing he can't even watch it. That's really interesting.
About you, Donnie. But Jeannie did, not Trish. Trish was just, I think, just there for support.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Lynn.
But yeah, Trish didn't say nothing, so I don't know who the hell he would be talking about.
I don't either.
I'll have to talk to Jeannie, see if I can't get a hold of her and see what's going on.
Hey,
she'll
myself.
Would you do that and then call back and let me know?
Yeah.
And ask her, I mean, man, I don't know what to do. I've done that apology. I tried to apologize, you know, live.
Right.
And I'm willing to do it again. Whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to.
Well, I don't know, Donnie. I talked to her.
So now Dawn's sister, this is really interesting. She now has a YouTube channel called Mary Hartman's Dinner, Drinks, and Tasty Treats.
After that second one, you know, this one that she done with McDonough or whatever. And I talked to her, because I was asking her, I said, so are you going to press charges or what's going on? And she goes, well, it's kind of in the word. And I says, well, you know, I talked to Donnie and he wants to know what you want from him. What do you want from him? And she's like, I just want him to come clean about Summer.
Okay, so this is critical.
Okay, Chris
is handling this.
Interesting.
What Dawn is worried about is how many women are going to come forward with SA allegations. And he reminds us that, you know, he says, you know, well, you know, I know about Jeannie and I know, you know, and by the way, I've apologized to her. As if, you know, 7 years of abuse.
Yeah, really.
Till she was 12 years.
Oh, okay. You said sorry. Now I'm not going to do anything. However, I wish she would have done something sooner. He may be in prison though. And you know, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of think of how is this going to affect the investigation? Is it, I lost my headphone. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that he may not be going home?
So,
he's probably going to Utah after he gets out of the Tennessee jail. And how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that's going to help Summer's case or is it going to distance him from it? I don't know.
You know, just kind of gets wiped away, right? You know, no, that right now,
yeah,
you
Sonia,
can't get your way out of this thing. And
mean,
what she's doing is she's leading him.
I'm anxious to see what he says about Summer, but regardless if he's involved with what happened to Summer or not, we've heard how he treats his family. He, you know, spending Christmas money on crack and prostitutes. We have seen his charges. We've heard him out of his own mouth talk about the body of a 12 or 13-year-old girl and how nice her body was. We know he was showering naked with Summer. We know that he has a lot of people that have come forward with allegations against him. We have Jose saying this Dawn that you see on YouTube is not Dawn, who Dawn really is. Like, Dawn is a monster. So regardless, look at the way he let those babies live. How in the hell do you have a little baby princess like that and you don't try to make her happy and comfortable in her room? And I don't know, because I feel like that kind of stuff comes along naturally with loving your kids and wanting them to be happy, healthy, and in a good position and safe and secure. And I'm not sure that either parent has that, because these kids have not been safe or secure for years. We have rumors that Summer's been lost before. Candace, don't pay attention.
Into a path about Summer. And so she sets it up correctly.
No, Cece, you're right.
Where she says, Jeannie wants you to come clean about Summer. So now think about that, right, guys? I mean, and you guys, this is a really, really amazing channel chat going here. I absolutely love
Pointer
it.
Lover did not know that.
How classy you are and how supportive you are each to each other and to Mary through this. But now he's getting to this place where he's got to shift his
All
thought
right, Chris.
process
We want to
from
hear the
Jeannie
call.
to Summer,
Okay.
from
let's
Jeannie
go.
to Summer. It's very difficult for these guys because they lie so much and they manipulate so often that they can't quickly do it. So they pause, and you'll hear him kind of, his thought process slows down. And I talked to Dr. Simon a long time ago about these guys.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Let me
about
see.
prisons right now. He used fascinating human being, and he is in the prisons, and he still is. And we both sit on the process that quickly, because remember, the secret life is why it's important as a woman about yourself, a little bit about your life, because what happens,
Oh my
the
goodness.
idea could be a problem.
That's what I'm
to,
saying. Hold on, you
our
guys.
women out there.
Okay, I can talk to him, you know.
So let's listen.
And she's like, that's all I want. And I was like, what?
So remember, she says all she wants is him to come clean about Summer. That's what was said before Chris went into that rant. Now let's hear what Dawn says back.
Oh, okay, I can talk to him, you know.
So she thinks I've done something with Summer.
I guess, I don't know.
Wow.
She didn't say, she said she just wanted you to tell the truth. That's all.
Well,
So you see right there, he gives a long wow. Okay. Because now he's thinking, or he's got to be processing. Okay, this is a call about Jeannie.
I know, Cindy,
And
some
I
of it,
want
yes.
to make sure that I can control the messaging about Jeannie. And so what he does is he interrupts that messaging process by saying, oh, now I have to think about Summer. So immediately he goes into denial, whether, that's accurate or not at this point. We didn't know about this until it happened. So there's a lot of secret life going on here that's starting to present itself.
I don't know if she was talking about Summer or if she was talking about you and her. So
I can come. I can tell him. I mean, I can do that. But as far as Summer,
right?
Damn.
Right, I know.
Damn.
Right. No,
Wow, he just acts so, I don't know. As far as Summer, damn, he's like, damn, I can't believe people think I'm the one who did something to her. They're on to me. I don't know. It just sounds, I don't know. Pink Dahlia, I've went over in the past, I've taken clips from his show and kind of watched some of it. I'm not going to watch it all anyways. And I'm skipping through a lot of what he adds to it, his kind of opinion and all of that, just to get through it.
I think she might think that it was just an accident,
I give you $10,000 if you cancel your stream. Bye.
Summer, and she
could
I
use
think she
$10,000, but
Well, she's been watching all that BS on YouTube.
Right.
Mary, and unfortunately, okay, I've told you things that I can't tell people.
Right.
I can't tell that stuff on the internet. I can't.
Right.
If I do, it'll miss the investigation.
Thank you,
If
Pink.
the guy who's actually took her or something is watching it, he can act.
Open minds, yes.
So the guy who actually took her or something.
Wait, let's hear that.
Well,
again.
what's that something?
Right.
I can't tell that stuff on the internet. I can't.
Right.
If I do, it'll miss the investigation. And if the guy who actually took her or something is watching it, he can act.
So the guy who
Interesting. So yeah, it wasn't actually a call that had never been heard. I think some of it had never been heard, and that's why it was called a new phone call. I think that he's caught some criticism for that. I can understand why he would call it that, but I think that, I don't know, it's a little misleading, but also there are new things. So I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. It's kind of up in the air for me.
who actually took her or something. Well, what's that something? What's this something? The guy who actually took her
Yeah.
or something.
My Cash App, yeah, it's $sign AE 1189. Put the 10,000 in my account and I'll end the stream, buddy.
Acts accordingly. So I can't go on the air and say anything about the investigation at all.
Right.
And so these people have free reign to do whatever. I've tried to talk to people and
Now, a while ago, I had played parts of this particular call, but I did not play what is going on here
See?
in totality. This is the whole call.
So are there people in the chat, which they've probably been deleted anyways? There must be somebody saying something. Oh, here we go. This is the first time he played this audio. Thank you for being here. See, I'm nosy. I remember hearing this call before. Has anyone else heard this on one of Chris's videos, or was I dreaming? It sounds so familiar, to be honest. Then his mod says, it's never been heard before. And then, yeah, interesting. Do y'all read the comment sections?
and it's got me in trouble.
Right. Well, you know,
I can't talk about it all.
I want to let you know that there
And some things. And it's got me in trouble. And to do whatever. I've tried to talk to people and
Now, a while ago, I had played parts of this particular call, but I did not play what is going on here in totality. This is the whole call.
explain some things. And it's got me in trouble.
The end part, I don't know where it's
I can't
at.
talk about it all.
I want to let you know that there is this attorney that we went to school with him in Roy Jr. I don't know if you
We're going to
remember
skip
him or
around.
not.
We're going to skip around then towards the end. And then I want to show you guys a few things. So there's Mary, and then the lab, that's another channel. And then Chris. But he says he can't talk about some things that'll get him in trouble. Do you guys remember when he was talking about the mafia a lot in Mexico? I don't know. I personally feel that there was some sort of accident at the swimming hole at this point, but I have a lot of faith in Donna, Reverend Donna, so it makes me wonder about the theory of her being trafficked.
I can always talk to her for you, Donnie. You know that. You know, and I can talk to her. But, you know, like I said, you know,
They need
wasn't
sexy
there,
chat.
So I can't really, you know, I can't vouch for her, and I can't vouch for you, you know, because I wasn't there, you know, so.
Well, there's a large group of people, thanks to McDonough, that think that I did something to my little girl and then killed her and all kinds of crazy stuff like this. And it just I can't believe it. On top of losing
Did
my
something
little girl,
to-
now he's going to turn around and make me look like I'm the one who did it to my little girl. When the one who did it is getting away and laughing his ass off about it. It just
Oh
freaks
my
me out.
gosh.
So you don't think there's no way at all that Candace or her mom could have done it? Or not her mom?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You really are? You know him that good? And
Yeah,
you know her mom that good?
I know Candace.
Mm.
Well, Candace was putting a knee brace on her mother. Summer went down into the basement.
Oh my God.
Everybody's forgetting about these details.
No, we haven't.
When the boys
No one's forgot about the details. The problem is the details change depending on who you talk to and when you talk to them.
were upstairs playing on their games when Summer went down the basement.
Okay,
Candace
Dawn.
walked in the door. Where's Summer? Oh, she's down. She just went down the basement.
Right.
She goes down the
Jesus.
basement. When she's down the basement looking for her, my neighbor hears screaming.
Oh.
Hey, Amanda.
The dog scent.
Okay, so this was the first
Oh.
reference to the scream.
this was the first reference to the scream or the first in the call? Because I remember hearing about that within days of her going missing. Dawn had, I believe, mentioned it on a YouTube interview or something.
Story.
Hmm.
So,
all right, come on.
This was the very first reference. I think
now.
somebody grabbed that story and ran with it.
Hey, Slink.
You know, he's saying that he introduces. It's interesting that everything introduced into the narratives.
I think the lighting's bad here.
Has been with Dawn. You see, and notice he qualified the small details. Okay.
Hey, Melissa.
Why do you need small details in relationship to your daughter missing? Because most, from my experience anyway, what I hear parents have said is they're in pure panic mode. They're not into, you know, I knew exactly where he was or she was or whatever. Okay. And
well, I thought Chris McDonough said before that Candace should remember every little step on the way to, you know, swimming and all of that, because of Summer going missing, then those details should stand out to her. I swear he said that before.
And then, you know, he had to coach all of this. And this is why these details now
Well, thank you, Effie.
are starting to unravel quickly. And I think in time here, that everybody is going to have an opportunity to really go back and you take a look at what they're, you know, what he said in the beginning, what he said here in the middle. This is August.
Okay.
So he's 3 months into it.
Yeah.
And he's pointing out to us the small details. Okay,
Like he wrote
what's the...
It's almost like he wrote the script himself, and he doesn't want us to forget about the
small details.
Small details they added in.
Allegedly, which I don't find is true. And, you know, at some point, you know, now Summer or Candace is over there working on the knee brace.
That's interesting. He says, which I don't find is true. Do you remember? Because Chris McDonough, at first, he wouldn't really point the finger at them so much, right? He was kind of trying to be more diplomat. I don't know, just not as blatant.
Okay. Working on mom's knee brace because apparently she can't put that knee brace on. But my understanding is, you know, she may have gotten a shot for it. You know, that's kind of information that's been floating out there now, you know, because she was in a lot of pain. So he, you know, he's just kind of
skip
adapting.
like a couple of seconds.
And he continues to adapt.
Let's get back to our call.
Jeannie and Mary, he wants to shut you.
Okay.
It's, can you do me a favor and get this thing shut down by Jeannie? Were the flower beds new when you were there, Chris? No, you have been a real hero in this whole.
Before you cut that off, did he say the dog seen it?
Candace walked in the door where Summer. Oh, she's out. She just went.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Playing on her games when Summer went down the base. Candace walked in the door where Summer. Oh, she's out. She just went down the base.
Right.
You notice he slipped. He goes, she's out. Oh, she's down in the basement. Listen to that piece of it.
Down in the basement.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody keeps forgetting about these details.
There's no way at all that Candace or her mom could have done it. Not her mom.
No.
I can't get over him. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pause it again, but everybody keeps forgetting about these details. It is seriously as if he came up with it himself, and he does not want any little part of what they came up with to be overlooked because it all tells the story that they're trying to tell, right? That's why they put the details in.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You really are? You know him that good? And
Yeah,
your mom
I know.
knows her mom that good?
I know Candace Well, Candace was putting a knee brace on her mother. Summer went down into the basement.
Oh.
See, everybody keeps forgetting about these details.
Right.
When the boys were upstairs playing on their games, when Summer went down the basement, Candace walked in the door. Where's Summer? Oh, she's down. She just went down the basement.
Right.
She goes down the basement. When she's down the basement looking for her, my neighbor hears screaming.
Oh.
Okay. The dog scent, which followed her scent down to the road. She never goes down to the road ever.
Oh.
There's
So
a
what
lot
he's
of
doing
wind.
is he's crossing the events into his story. What I mean by that is he's now merged the Scream idea. So he heard that from somebody. He didn't hear that. He's now
Well,
merged
no.
the
Duh,
dog
he
scent
wasn't
idea,
there, was he?
okay, from where her scent was last.
He's saying as if he's hearing stuff online and saying it. And I've found this to be the case with many people in this case, including Hunter. They sometimes will claim things that you've seen going around in chat rooms and stuff. And it seems almost as if they're picking these things up from internet speculation and rumor.
Picked up. Okay. He didn't see that. He wasn't there for that. But he's added
Barbara.
it to the story. Okay. The boys are upstairs. Summer goes downstairs. Okay. And a lot of this story is emerging as he continues to grow with the information that was provided out there 3 months into this. Okay. And so that's why it's so important to stay focused
All right,
on
come
those
on,
first
Chris, let us
statements
hear.
in the press conferences early on, where he says, right, and she looks at him and goes, well, I'm looking for my daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
And play. Okay, you take a living document, and they mix in
Jeez.
the facts are till you see into it halfway, etc., and it keeps moving. Okay, I have solved hundreds, if not thousands, of cases we're doing tonight, and when we're going back to that call, I was in LA. Is that a possibility?
Come on now.
It gives I did my job in the house anymore. I'm outside. Trouble for negligence. It separates themselves, or they separate themselves as far as possible
Yeah.
from the actual events that took place.
That's true.
It's just so weird that since she's gone missing, everybody else.
To appreciate
vehicle.
It's just,
okay.
It gets interesting.
So the dog scent followed her trail down to the road where it disappeared, meaning she was thrown into a vehicle.
Hey, Boo Boo Kitty. Oh, hey, LFT.
Wow. Everybody forgets about them little facts like that because I don't know, man. I'm so pissed off. I'd like to know who these 5 women are.
What's
Okay.
LOL Slink?
Again, classic criminal behavior. Okay. He's now, okay, I got the script out. She was thrown into a vehicle, and everybody forgets about those, those.
Hello.
Those facts somehow. Okay. Oh, but let's talk about the 5 women that have accused me of SA. Okay. When you get a moment. Well, let's talk about.
Let him talk.
The door was open. We go to see where it had. Okay. But let's
Y'all,
talk
I'm
only
sorry.
interested.
Yeah, he sure did changes.
Yeah, exactly. You are a absy straight. That is in the correct course. The lab or PR person to sentence. Anybody know?
I wouldn't be surprised. County.
So
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't want to listen to too
Okay,
much
so,
of that.
Let's keep moving because he gets again more interesting here.
Give it to us, Chris.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
I'd like
Gina,
to know.
I know,
Gee,
not at
that's
all.
kind of interesting.
Well,
I'll have to
he's making another show.
Right.
But you can tell Jeannie, you know what? I'll apologize for whatever happened between us. But as far as Summer, I've told the truth from the beginning. I have a life once yet.
Right. Well,
I've always told the truth on that from the day one.
Do you believe him, Mary?
No. Nope.
And now everybody's turning it all around. And the only reason we released all the pictures and everything else and everything like we did was to help find Summer. But it's just turned into a nightmare.
Lisa, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Is that going around or something? We hadn't been talking about her sister. Thank you, Cece. Yeah, Lisa, but just so that people know, Lisa, knows a lot about them and knows some of the family and is from Wisconsin. Candace's sister did not have an argument with Candy the day she went missing. She didn't have any contact with her that day at all. Yeah, I know, Pink Dahlia. It's what I was thinking. It's turned into what? Like, it should have been from the beginning. Your daughter's missing. What are you talking about?
People like Chris McDonough.
yeah, some of them pictures you guys posted. God, she is such a cute little girl, Donnie. Oh my hell.
I know.
She is so cute.
Beautiful.
She loved me with all her heart. She was my baby.
Royal Blue.
It was all about me, and I loved her.
Oh,
to death.
Lisa. Okay.
Yeah.
I love her with everything I got, and now I lost her. And now,
I missed
thanks to Chris McDonough, if I ever do find her, I might not ever get her back. I might not ever get her back, even if they do find her. Because
Thanks to Chris McDonough, you might not ever get her back. What are you talking about, Dawn? Lisa, I didn't know that, but yeah, when I had covered that in the past, I had read about when her mom had went on the news and stuff, and she kind of had explained, like, I think maybe they had a phone call right prior to her going missing. She had a headache. She had a accident on a horse or something like that. That's kind of what I remember, but I'd have to pull it up to get word for word exactly. I might need another rundown of this phone call later. We need to do a Zoom call. You guys need to have me over on the LFT and Tia Zoom. If they do find her, he won't get her back. I think he means because of the SA charges. Yeah. She was my baby, not she is my baby. Good catch. 2 days before. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I remember that. Your birthday is February. Dawn thinks her birthday is February 32nd. Yes, he is still in jail, but there was someone who had come out that only knew really information besides some of the parts of this call would be someone that worked previously with the sheriff's office has come out and said that they waited 4 hours to call 911, and that Sheriff Lawson had told her to, if like when she does go on YouTube, you can ask him that. Why did they wait so long? Which LFT, I had talked about y'all's timeline. I'm going to get into looking at that later and maybe post some of that because Tia said that I could, share it. It's such a good timeline and with such detail. You guys, your work is incredible. I told everyone if they're following the Vicky and Casey White, definitely go over there. They will break it down like no other, and ATS News too.
Oh, because of me and stuff. Well, Don, I really do think it'll probably just all go quiet because I think Jean.
I don't think so.
Well, I think Jean just wants another apology because I think she feels like maybe the first one wasn't real.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I wouldn't put in there anything about it being consensual or anything. I would just say I'm just here to apologize.
What?
And let her know one more time.
Okay.
Something like that.
Well, call
Thank
her
you,
and ask her, will you?
LFT.
And then tell her, look, I've told
Thank you so much.
truth from the beginning about Summer. Me and Candace both have.
Okay.
We haven't wavered one bit, and we're not going.
That's not true, Dawn. You guys don't have the same story ever. What do you mean you haven't wavered one bit? Candace has barely spoke out until recently, and you still can't find that everywhere she's spoken and all the news people who have spoken to her they don't have the same story. They just don't. And how do you know? You weren't with them. I've always wondered that. It's like he is so insistent on making people think that Candace is a good, loving, nurturing mother who is innocent. And he shows that time and time again when he talks about her and her relationship with him. Oh, she loved him so much. Oh, it's weird. Instead of her showing that herself, it's like you have to be part of the cover up or you would be questioning things.
Going to, because we told the truth from the beginning.
In my opinion.
But nobody wants to believe us.
Right. Well,
The cops do.
if it ever comes down to needing a lawyer or anything, let me know because if you do, if it ever does come down to that, let me know because this guy is really good and I think you'll remember him from school. So, but yeah. I just want to know that I'm here for you, Donnie. So
okay, well, I appreciate it, man.
Cece, you're pretty.
Right. Please call her and see
I
what she wants to do.
I will, Donnie.
I'll find out about these other gorillas. I don't know what that's about. So.
You know what? I will ask her and see what's going on. Right. She'll probably know. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get back to work. All
okay.
Right,
love you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Now remember. She's the one who got that phone call, the prank. She is the one who recorded that. Don is trying to control the narrative. He's got to convince people to see his way. Yeah. And she says he says she's trying to be. Let me see what I've got saved right here in my videos. I think I have something. Yes. Okay, we're going to watch this. This comes from the channel J is for Justice. She had told me back then she didn't care that I used this. So I want you guys, it's 2 little videos. We're going to watch it really quickly together and then talk about it. Because just looking back on all of this, now this happened like the day before the prank, which I believe was strategic. But watch.
For obvious reasons. Okay. So I'm going to get right to it. My question for Don is the $50K that you said you borrowed, Don, was that $50,000 in cash or $50,000 in product? Thank you, Soulskin. Thank you. Because this is about Summer. Okay. So I have receipts. I would never, ever say this without proof. I have, oh, good Lord. I have voice recordings of him. I have screenshots. I can't show them all because this person wants to remain anonymous. Because he offered to help her monetarily because he, quote unquote, felt sorry for her. He also told this woman he loved her and other weird things. But I'm going to share with you the receipt that I am going to show you today. Hopefully in the future I can show you more. But for now, this is enough. So this is Donald on his Facebook speaking with a woman that he's been confiding in. And she says, "Who do you think took Summer?" He says, "Wish I knew. Got a 12 gauge ready." She says, "Was there anyone you owed money to? Or that has maybe vanished from your life since Summer got taken?" Borrowed $50,000. LOL. And there's more.
Slink, I was just typing it. But yeah, because right when this information came out, it got covered up by the prank. And so people were focusing more on the prank and not so much this information. Now, look here. Here's the second little clip. It's shorter. So that was 2 minutes. This is 1 minute.
there's more. He goes on to explain that the 50,000, in his words, came from a quote unquote Mexican mafia and that he owed them 50 grand. He has paid them back 30, but he still owes them 20. And cocaine was discussed. So my question for Don, what the hell is going on? Why was it that the first thing you wanted to do, that you said in your own words in a couple interviews, more than once, that the first thing you wanted to do was leave and go talk to drug dealers in the area that you knew? All that had been done at that point was some hollering out for Summer.
So that has been pretty much forgotten about because the prank and everything, it took over. And like, I don't know, I've kind of always kept that in the back of my mind. I remember NorCal girl. Yeah, I was sitting around just waiting to hear that they had been arrested. But yeah, so who knows? At the time he was claiming to have $50,000. God, I don't even, my imagination could, take me many places with that. Let's see, Stasia. So the Mexican mafia, which is the cartel, don't play. They would have killed the whole family. Big drug rink with YouTube as a front. Boy, I hope not. Well, and I was thinking about this, even with like the police, which if Ronnie Lawson is now coming out saying they're not cooperating and stuff, that's a little bit different. It would look better if I had my lights on me. But you never know. When it comes to trafficking and those kind of things, it could be a huge operation. There could be, and I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just saying you got to remember there's so many possibilities. And a lot of times there are people that have high positions in our society that will help, these organizations, these kind of things happen smoothly. I like these lashes, Woofy, but you know what? Oh, thank you, Cece. I think that, thanks, Woofy. My lashes are probably just as long. If I did eyeliner, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but you can't really see them. Yeah. Don't get y'all all up in my face. I spy the lava lamp. Yeah, it's not plugged up. And then Bentley and Trenton's little paintings. And we're not here that much anymore. So I think drugs were involved. Oh, thank you, Slink. Thank you, Stasia. I love my little lava lamp. But yeah, it could, I don't know. It could be, my two theories would have to be something happened at the swimming hole, which if you look, okay, let me show you guys before we go, because I don't have nothing to do. I'm just hanging out. I don't think this picture is close enough, but here she is in the back of the car. So let's say something happened that traumatized Hunter at the swimming hole. Well, or wherever they went, somewhere with them, right? He had something happen that caused emotional change in who he was, a drastic one, where he actually needed help. So then we have the 4 hours missing that goes back to the time she dropped Hunter off. But then we also have the $50,000. So my two theories would be an accident or something because her and Hunter weren't paying attention, and or they've sold her. But think about it. So if there was an accident and she had hit her head, wouldn't they lay her on something cold, like lay her head on something cold? Then we have always speculated about this spot around right in the middle at the bottom of the belt. It kind of, it's a new outfit, but it kind of looks like there's something on her there, which, then let me see. I don't think it'll show on my thing. There's a dog on my porch. There's 2 dogs out there. Oh my God. Y'all. Okay. One's big too. Let me show you. Because I had marked it where it looks like there could be a bruise on the side of her head. It is so hard to see. Okay. Edit. I'm going to crop it real small so it blows it up and see if you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, see, okay, you see the milk, and then right above this eyebrow here, it looks like there's like bruising or some kind of, I don't know. Do you see what I'm talking about? And if you zoom in, you can go get the picture from Google and do it kind of yourself. Zoom in and look. It's almost like as if, and people have speculated if there could have been some kind of head injury or something. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let me see what you guys say. Chucky is at my mom's. Oh, hey, Tia. Thank you for stopping by. And you know we love you guys over here. Dogs are okay. It's not a bear or elephant on your porch. Yeah, but one is like really big. I'm usually okay with them unless they're like pit bull or something huge, and then I might get a little scared. That her ear looks black. What prank? I didn't hear anything about a prank. Shoot, I lost the photo. Let me see so I can see her ear. Well. I can't even find it again. But yeah, the tip of the earlobe. Okay, I'll have to look at it. Let's see if we can look at it again in this. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Don't want to let that $50,000 be forgotten about. On that side. Ooh, it does. Wait a minute. It actually does. Man, I can't find it in my phone. I'm going to have to look at it later. It's hard to tell here, but you can kind of see it. But anyways, I'm pretty much done, you guys. What are you going to do Sunday night? Has anybody seen the video done by a nurse discussing the hypothermia theory? No, I haven't. The dry drowning, couldn't call 911. They found out Summer had been SA'd. Well, they couldn't call 911 because they weren't paying attention because Candace was hooking up with an underage kid, right? Oh, Punksy, you're back. Yeah, the prank, they said that Dawn was arrested. They called his stepsister, and Candace was fake crying. She was very alarmingly good at that. Let me pull up right before we go. Let's just see if Evil Exist has uploaded anything new on this. That's one of the first places I look for updates. I think I might stream court tomorrow with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, because yeah, I'll be watching it and hanging out, and why not? Let me see. Okay, well, let me share this. Let's watch a video or two together, and then we're gonna go. My doc said that's what he thought. It looked like hypothermia or recent death, but not sleeping, just his opinion. Wow. Oh, yay, CC. Okay, I'm going to be checking out your channel when I get off here. Let's share audio. Evil Exist. I'll be watching. Oh, cool. We'll have fun. We'll just hang out all day and watch. Now, look, I hadn't seen a couple of these, actually. Candace not at Ben Hill Road missing. I hadn't seen any of these, which we know about the 4 hours. We've been talking about that. Let's click here.
We take the legal burden off your back and put it on ours.
It's been a minute since we heard of David Dodson, but I recently saw something he said a while back about Dawn and Candace's polygraph tests. It was very interesting to me, and I wanted to share and talk about it here. Sheriff
Well,
Lawson
thank
confirmed
you.
that Candace and Dawn did in fact pass a polygraph, but everyone involved in Summer's case is still a person of interest.
And I have talked to people now currently who know them and have speculated that Candace took quite a lot of nerve medication, which would make you pass. If you take a bunch of Xanaxes, your heart and your body's not going to react to the same way that it would if you were sober. Now, this is just hearsay. We really don't know. They could have not passed at all. In fact, I've also heard that it was inconclusive and they didn't actually pass. So the sheriff could say that for strategic purposes.
So, just because they pass lie detectors doesn't mean they are ruled out as suspects or anything like that.
Ooh,
Everything
good
is
point,
still on
Slink.
the table. Don said he fell asleep during his first polygraph and then retook it and passed the next day. He said Candace
Yay.
was too upset when they asked her hard questions and they sent her home. She went back about 3 to 4 days later and then passed. David Dotson spoke about the polygraphs and what he heard from Dawn and Candace. It was very interesting because he says there was some deception in Candace's polygraph.
Ooh, let's look at
but they
these. I hadn't seen. Oh my God, look at this picture of Dawn and Candace. Wow. Oh my God, look at them over there. Oh,
just put it down to her being tired or stressed out.
Lord have
So,
mercy.
Candace
Look at this. Ew. Wow, she looks so different with the long hair. But
told him she went back
Dawn
and passed with
grosses me
flying
out.
colors.
Just took her lie detector test, and this is what she told me. Okay, she said that she was very tired, and the investigator who was
CC.
giving the exam to her, obviously she was just very nervous.
Thank you,
she
Broken
did tell me that
Justice.
she there were a couple of areas that showed deception, and they talked to Candace about it, and they said, tell you what, they contributed it to her maybe being tired, and she was very stressed out because they had been interviewed for hours and hours and hours. So what they told Candace to do is, said, tell you what, we want you to go home for the weekend, and on Monday we want you to come back. And that's what she did. She came back on that Monday, I believe it was a Monday, and she passed with flying colors.
Now, we have heard that before. Candace actually did say that she went to take it once and they had to, they wanted her to redo it. So, Candace Blah, what did she just say? I think that, yeah, I'm not going to watch anymore. I'm going to watch those in my own time. I hope that you guys will do the same. That's an awesome channel. I think that, just to be respectful, we watch together if there's a point and we're learning something, but I don't know what it's about. And I would feel bad just going through all their videos whenever we could all individually go over there. You know what I mean? So, but when they post something good, we're going to talk about it. Regardless, I am done. I appreciated you guys hanging out with me and chatting and stuff. I need to get to looking at that timeline, and I'm going to post either photos or maybe a screen. I don't know. I'm going to do something to show you this detailed timeline, because I think with this 4 hours missing, that kind of adds a different perspective. Ex-law and top profilers believe Dawn and Candace were involved, and I agree. Even that FBI Jennifer Coffindaffer, she's often on, News Nation now. It's a couple of different news channels, and she was supposed to go on Chris McDonough. I don't know why that didn't happen, but she has made tweets about her. Let me see if I can pull that up, because that is really interesting. She's not satisfied with the investigation. She has called them out, like, straight up. You guys are not doing your job. The giveaway, I think I'll have to announce it on a post, or maybe I'll just reply to a comment, because I've got to do a random comment generator, and I can't do that while we're live here. Or I could, but Coffin, and plus the person may not be in here anyways. Jennifer Coffin Daffer Summer Wells. Okay. This said she was speaking live about her on YouTube. Oh, she was. She was on Web Sleuth. Let's see. Nothing's coming up with her tweets, but she was on Web Sleuth. That might be something interesting to watch. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Cece has a channel. Lynn and Broken Justice shared it. I'm going to go check it out too. She's been on Crime Line and Lies. Oh, cool. Ooh, I wonder what it says on February 14th. Hey, I can get the link so we can watch it. She was on Web Sleuth discussing Summer Wells, Gabby Petito, and more. Let me get the link and I'll put it in the chat. Oh, I'm hungry, you guys. My stomach's growling. Copy. Ooh, how cool. Yes. Right here. It's the link I just dropped. Oh, thank you, Tracy Jones. Okay, LFT. Yeah, let's try to do that sometime later if we can. Crime Lines and Lies. Thank you, Lynn. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. Hope you have a good Sunday evening. Go relax. Like, watch some Netflix. Don't argue with anybody or, stress yourself out. Just remember, your peace is very valuable. You literally cannot purchase it. There is no monetary value you could put on it. It is that valuable. So protect that stuff. Really. That's how I feel. I got to protect my peace. So later I can lay back, chill out, and I don't have to worry about any craziness. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you to my mods. I really appreciate you. I love you, Woofy. And thank you to my chat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. So yeah, let me turn that off because it's so weird. All right, Cece, I'm going over to your channel now, girl. Bye, guys. Have a good